Hello, exiles. Welcome back to SSF in the company of Ariadne, the Lich. I was looking at the skills page because I was doing some reconfiguring of the skill tree here because we're going to try and drop Event Horizon and Spaghettification, and we all know that adds a lot of chaos damage. But I'm just not sure just how much chaos damage because I wasn't taking I wasn't careful when I respect first time, so I wasn't paying attention. So we're gonna take a look together. So with this secondary setup, we're up to 15k on Essence Drain and 96k on Hex Blast. So if we drop these and move them back up to Spaghettification and Event Horizon, 16k and 102. Not a huge difference, and the other 13 all attributes is okay, increased move speed, but there aren't any other side effects for this cluster but the other damage. So let's give this a chance and a shot. See how it runs, how it handles. And if I'm not getting spaghettification, I'm wondering if I need this jewel slot here. We did switch to this time lost sapphire with minor bonuses, increased cast speed, energy shield recharge rate, chaos damage. And this is the best area to use it. We've invested into mental alacrity and turn the clock forward for that matter, which means we're not going into calibration anymore. We're going to lose 4% maximum mana, or maybe not gain 4% maximum mana. I'm not going to spec those on. Can I spec those on weapon set 1 instead of this chaos damage increase? That would be 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2, 4, 6. Do I really need the extra energy shield? Do I really need the 3% increased mana more than 30% increased spell damage? Okay, let's pick up okay. Let's clear the inventory. Yeah. No, forget about that. I already have you. I want to have you. You don't want to. This is something T2 that can be stored. Let's put it away. Let's get everything, all of the currency stored as it should be. So is this not good, not good, not good. What's the this is something else we found in the stash. Lots of fire cold resist and flat increased chaos damage. This ring here is cold fire, lightning resist, and cast speed. We do lose some 10%, less than 10% damage. Let's give that one a shot as well. I mean, this is still uninstilled, uncorrupted. Yeah, I'll just Is that? No, that's ash. Oh, we don't have catalysts for Chayula. So yeah, let's give this setup a try. I believe we should be still... we're overcapped here and there. If we're overcapped, then... Let's see. What are we using here? Cold resist. We are overcapped. No. Lightning resist. Do I want to get that cold resistance back up? Back in? I don't think I'm using any... Oh, we are using fire resistance runes. We can change one of those as well. This one is 14, so it'll be down to 70. I wouldn't change that. But we've just gained mana for 500 and something mana, which is close to a tier 1 affix. Good enough. We could have more. But no, then I'd have to redo the whole... Oh, that's why it didn't fit. Yeah, I would have to redo the socketing. Let's go with a... Shall we try an instilled map? 49% delirious. 10%, 29, 62% delirious. This seems to be rippy. This seems to kill almost anything and everything. Okay, that's our first choice. 38% with temporal chains. I'm not gonna run temporal chains, it's too slow. Only 12% with no affix free. 46% a lower level. No. 17. 50% delirious with... Okay. Let's give it a... That's a suffix. That's a prefix. Okay, let's try that. On a crypt map. Lots of tight corners. Hidden grotto just as well. Map bosses have one additional modifier. Even rapier. Let's try it. Let's give it a shot. See if the build without spaghettification and event horizon can... The movement speed loss is not that that visible. And the clear speed is not visibly impacted. It seems to be just as well. Okay, let's get everybody fast and chaos and okay. And when the dust settles, the spellcasters are live. Now the dark effigy is doing its thing. raining death and destruction upon the mobs, and at the end, you're still left to handle one spellcaster type enemy. Is it just as low as we remember it? Yes. But it's a bit more survivable. The tankiness of the build has just increased, I think, by an order of magnitude, because we're not constantly at low energy shield and having to back down from engagements. Well, sometimes it happens, but it's not constantly. Oh, you're an angel. I hate angels. Are you also generating life? I can't see. But that tricky elite is now down. Not sure what exactly the elite was buffed with, but okay, let's get back. Set up the effigies and stun resistant minions of this guy. That was okay. That was okay.
You are already doomed.
We can get the tokens to I see. One of the pale serpents. Okay, alright. Stuff melts, right? That's what you want. What you want packs to melt. You'd want them to melt sooner, wouldn't you? That's okay. The build is handling just fine. And the Pale Seraphims arrive. See, it kind of feels like the Chaos Dots don't really, or maybe the totems don't live long enough to do the job. And it's understandable, right? You drop a totem, it's a minion, it kind of has increased priority for targeting. It's okay that totems go down. If the totems go down, a character doesn't. Or something in the like. Yes. Oh, I forgot about that. And we should fix it before we get to the boss. We have updated the belt. We're not using the unique fire resistant belt anymore. It's a good mana and lightning resistance and stun threshold belt. Anything else is useless. But we want to add a... When you become ignited, immunity to ignite, and you... 5. I don't have one with guard. It's not that. Let's see. Oh, there are two with guard. 48 and 151. Let's choose the one. 151. Do we have a stone charm with guard? Checking. Yes, 259 guard. Do we have a thawing charm with guard? 226 guard. Okay. Let's get back there.
You are already doomed.
Why have I not set any tokens? Here we have tokens. We have chaos damage over time. I remember a time when hey, when a time when the stuns weren't that strong, but I believe the map has extra stun threshold if you can find it. 285% increased. And now we've lost the cast speed because we're on full life, but... Oi, oi, oi. That's not smart. That's not smart. Let's get back to... We still have an attempt.
I
We're going to do our little trick.
must keep calculating.
Of getting into low life, because as you've seen, it doesn't really matter if you're on full life or low life. If you get chain stunned, you're going to lose your attempt at the map, and before going into the map, then life. Where is it?
More mana.
Level 85 1. 82 1. Okay. Totem. Back disparatus. That's a new spell she learned.
Suffer and die.
But yeah, it's a pretty difficult map, isn't it? And save for some what did I call it last time? Unnecessary dangerous situations. If we don't put the build in unnecessary dangerous situations, it handles attacks pretty well. This is a chaos coalescing, corruption coalescing map. You delete maps, delete packs, other packs follow. Yeah, the totems don't really live all of the encounters, so you gotta pay attention and make sure your totems. And you gotta pay attention and make sure that you don't just stand there and let mobs with ranged attacks just wail on you. Luckily, they do have to wail on you. You do have a half a second to react. But this, I think this will turn out to be a pretty long map. If we were to go through the map from start to end, this may turn out to be a very long video.
Putrefy.
Greater essence of just a simple essence of sorcery.
I will feast your soul.
So, where are we? Among mushrooms. Well, what do we want to do? We want to find the boss. See what additional modifier the boss receives. And see if we can complete the encounter. And the spellcaster is alive. I shouldn't pick on mob spellcaster. We're also a spellcaster and we're also alive at the end of the encounter. Hey. Another set of chain stuns.
Too soon.
Ah. Had to wait a second there for mana to recover so that we could burst this a bit.
I need more mana. Another corpse to serve me.
Okay, we need more mana. We always need more mana. The class itself, as you've seen in the passive tree, it does have some support for mana stacking. But I've tried for the past, I don't know how many months this league has been online. I've tried to make a mana stacking build. The items they won't help. They won't agree with the plan to make a mana stacker. If you do get a lucky tier 1 black mana, you're never going to get the added intelligence and mana regeneration rate. Because turns out that in solo self-found, make a build viable for solo self-found, you need it to be viable without gear, even without gear. Maybe I have just a small requirement of, okay, maybe you need to add like 500 life across your gear or 500 mana across your gear. And is that the boss? Yeah, that's the boss. Let's get up against the boss. No twax. How you doing? Let's try it. Totems, totems, preparados. If we can get enough mana to also add the despair in, that will be awesome. And yes, you need more mana. It's not going incredibly slow. And the boss has yet to perform his rocket battery assault. That one. I jinxed it. No. The build itself it does have like all of the tools it can. You have good synergy between your non-channeling spells that they add chaos damage over time. You have the totems who deal more overall DPS doing uh, by doing more attacks based on how many chaos dots the enemy has. And Withering Presence being an overall damage multiplier for the build, because it increases the amount of damage the enemy takes by 70% at the moment. Right? That's close to doubling your DPS. And if you can gather enough mana to also add the despair in, 43% is another multiplier. Those things are not additive, right? Oh right, and the boss had an extra modifier, which unfortunately for the boss is useless. Elemental resistance aura. But yeah, the build feels much more tanky without Event Horizon and without spaghettification. Because right, you can have one without the other. Well, you could just have Event Horizon, but why would you only keep Event Horizon? It's tanky, it's slow, but tanky enough to live through Meltwax's shenanigans. Okay. And once in a while we collect enough mana to also do a Hex Blast. Yeah, that was a blink. We're not far off. There you go. Map completed. And we get a unique ruby ring for our efforts. Let's take this back to the hideout and review the changes we had for the build. So first off, gear-wise, new belt, new ring with increased chaos damage and lots of resistances. I could, if I get enough catalysts, I could improve this with chaos catalysts. I think this should be a good enough to keep ring. This will the previous ring will read just a little more DPS on the tooltip, but I think we've got enough DPS at the moment. This is here for the mana regeneration rate and mana. It's also improved with mana catalysts. 75% increased mana regeneration rate means that we don't have to spam our mana potion with each curse. Guard on all of the charms, and yeah, I believe those are the changes. The move speed, I think we already touched on that. Could be two level spell skills, 110 mana, resistances, so a good enough an amulet. On the skill set, we've changed nothing. We're using Contagion with Unleash, Intense Agony, Chaotic Freeze, and Hinder. Essence Drain with Swift Affliction, Extraction, Withering Touch, and Zenith. I should change the Withering Touch to the last slot in Dark Effigy if we want to invest the perfect Jeweler's Orb. Only because Dark Effigy doesn't really do a lot of damage. It does many hits, but not a lot of damage. So removing 25% of the hits damage isn't a big change. We want Dark Effigy to have Arcane Tempo with Overabundance, so we can have 2 totems. Acceleration, so the projectiles get to the enemy faster, and Venom because poison, while it will be almost it will have a very low amount of damage. It is a chaos damage over time debuff, which means that Dark Effigy will shoot another projectile because we have another debuff. Control Destruction, Deliberation, and consider casting for Hex Blast. Not a lot of chances to use Hex Blast, but if you can find the right rotation with maybe some downtime, so you go with cast the curse and then grab both of the totems. By now the curse is ready to be exploded, and the totems they will attack with projectiles for your curse and their own poison, and that could be enough if you want to do Hex Blast as soon as possible. But to me, Hex Blast is more of a cherry on top than requirement for the build. Despair with Heightened Curse, Decaying Hex, and Focused Curse. Unfortunately, our intelligence isn't that high. 100% of our intelligence as chaos damage per second won't help you clear packs, but it will add another chaos dot. It's reducing the chaos resistance, as you've seen, by 43% and 51 after it has passed its halfway time. Blinking Convalescence, Blasphemy for Temporal Chains and Magnified Effect, because it's good to have the enemies be just a little slower. I believe this reduced it by 10%. just a little bit slower. And Withering Presence, the staple of the build, currently only level 14, but improving the levels, yeah, would only improve the interval at which Withering Presence activates. It's going to be helpful to have the build run level 20 gems. Right now we're doing 19s on the actives, and yeah, and 14 on the supports, on spirit. That is with the current clear rate, as you see down there in the bottom, 15 million experience per hour, and we need around 141 million experience. If we would keep up with this clear speed, we'd be leveling up in 9 hours. That's a lot of hours to invest, right? But I think the build is getting close to its apogee. It's the best it can do pretty soon. Let's try and get to that level 90 with or without boss kills, and see if we can take this build into pinnacle content. Till then, bye, Exiles.